Hey guys, and welcome to game number 37 out of 100 of my Human vs. AI series, where I'm taking on the AI-powered Scrabble bot BestBot in a 100-game match. We're currently at 16 wins, 20 losses after a very thrilling victory, to say the least, in game number 36, so be sure you check that video out if you haven't already. It's going to be a tough act to follow today in game 37, but let's do the best we can and see if we can come up with another win. So, jumping right in, looks like BestBot's going to be first, and we're going to be starting off with some eyes. AD, 3 I's, an R, and a T. Not the best rack, so probably going to be looking at maybe playing something like Radii or Irid. Maybe trading a couple of tiles. It's going to depend a lot on what the bot does. And the bot plays Vampy pretty quickly. So Virid seems like a reasonable option. It's 18 points. Unfortunately, we're already going to be at a pretty early deficit. Vampy was a lot of points. It was 38. So that seems okay, though. Keeps AIT, which isn't terrible. I could also play... See, I was thinking about maybe Imid to set up the T-hook for Timid, but the problem is Imid takes an E and an O for Imide and Imido, and the bot's pretty likely to have one of those and then probably use that spot and take away my T-hook. That being said, it does help the leave a bit to keep the AIRT together as opposed to just AIT or AIR, I guess. I could also just play Timid immediately. So that's 14. Yeah, the thing with Virid is it does give back some overlaps along the C column right here. I don't love putting that I next to the double underscore. It could give the bot some pretty big plays there. So it's not my favorite play to make. It might still be best just because it is almost certainly the best equity option I have. I mean, there are options like just completely blowing the rack up with aridity, but I don't think that's quite necessary here. I think that's a little bit too much of an overreaction. This rack is bad, but it's not quite that bad. It's also radii through this A, but that's 6 less points than Virid. I don't think that really makes sense. Yeah, so a lot of mediocre options here, guys. Imid, or I think it's between Imid or Virid, probably. I just don't really want to give back those hooks in the double-double line with Imid. That seems really dangerous. I think I'm going to go with Virid. Yeah, I mean, it's worth 4 points to play Timid and give a lot less back. I don't think so, especially since I'm already at a deficit. Let's do this. Alright, well, at least I got an S. The WU combo, of course, is not great, to say the least. So I'm not sure what my best options are going to be here. Absolutely going to have to get rid of at least one of the U and the W. Ideally both, but it's going to be tough to get rid of both, I think. I don't have... Well, I could play War, W-A-U-R to this R, or Wood to this D. Well, I can't do either of those anymore. And it plays Cola. Yeah, that's a little bit of what I was worried about, just overlaps there next to Virid. I guess if I played Imid, the bot would have still had something with Imido, though. So either way, I was going to give back a pretty big play. I have anywhere to play Waif? Yeah, I could play Waif over here. It's not bad. Keeps the S. There's this ski hook now, which is useful. I don't love putting this F here. I mean, I'm not really worried about triples through the F. I'm more thinking, I mean, I could give back like QI for 60 points. Or just cheap 35-point plays here. I mean, just like HE or something like that is 35. So it just sort of makes it very easy for the bot to score 35, 40 points for not a lot. I could play Wafts. It's 41, but the leave is just absolutely dreadful. AIU. It might still be better just because, again, it doesn't give back that spot. It gets me within 10. It keeps the board tight. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough leave to stomach, AIU. It really is. I mean, Waif is considerably better on equity, I'm sure. Like, AIU is probably at least negative 10, if not negative 15. And STU is certainly still positive, especially with the ski hook there. So, I don't know. Maybe better off just playing Waif and holding onto the S. I mean, I guess a 35-point play is just not that big a deal to give back. As long as it doesn't have QI or XI, it's not going to be that bad. It's a tough call. I don't really have anything with ST here now, right? I mean, I have plays, but nothing that exciting. And... yeah, I mean, I'm not going to waste the S and play Wamus or something through this M. I don't have any other overlaps other than wafts that keep like a slightly better leave, do I? I don't think so. Fatwa doesn't fit. Waifs. Alright, yeah, I think I'm going to play Waif over here. The leave after wafts is just pretty hard to stomach. And that worked out. I have Truants, which plays next to C. Oh, I also have Saturant through this A, which actually fits pretty nicely. For 76, it scores more and it's a bit safer. So hopefully at least one of those will stay open. I also have Tantrums through this M. If somehow all three of my bingos get blocked, I will definitely be throwing a tantrum on my next turn, as that would be quite unfortunate, but I think it's unlikely. Guess if the bot plays through that A, it's possible. But yeah, like I said, I think I'll definitely not be too happy if that happens, but we'll see. I have to imagine the bot's probably gonna, unless it has like a bingo or some other really good play. Interesting. It plays EEW, leaving the F open. So Saturant is blocked, and now it's between Tantrums and Truants. I don't have anything through the to the Y, like Truantry or something like that, I don't think. Yeah, Way, that doesn't create any hooks that weren't there. Alright, so I think Truants is a couple more points. Yeah, it's 66. Tantrums, I think it's 64. Yeah. So Truants is a couple more points. It at first looks more dangerous because it opens the triple line, but it's really not because I'm putting a T next to the triple, and I mean, I have to have like a 3 here with 2 vowels to overlap. I mean, like Zoa or Z are really the only things that can really hurt me there, and it's just not that likely. And again, in the top left here, with the T and the R next to the triple line, he's going to have a word with 2 vowels, and vowels only going to be worth 1 point. It's just not, you know, and that's what I always emphasize, guys. Like, it's not just, oh, I'm opening up a triple that's dangerous, right? Like, yeah, of course, some openings of triples are very dangerous, but some like this really aren't that dangerous. Like, you have to think about what tiles you're putting next to, especially the triple word scores and also that blue double letter score in the middle of the line. Because if you're putting consonants, especially 1-point consonants, next to them, it's often just not that dangerous. You just have to think about what are the worst case scenarios, how realistic are they, and what are kind of the middle case scenarios other than the worst case scenarios. And they're just not bad after Truants at all. In fact, probably Tantrums gives back even more because it gives back a double line through that T. It gives back just a lot more floaters to bingo through. So actually, I think Truants is even more defensive, which I know is counterintuitive, but I think it's definitely the right play here. Interesting. Okay. Get the J and the X. I mean, I have XI in the corner for like, wow. Urgingly. For 86. Did not see that one coming. Okay. Well, I guess it still would have gone down after Tantrums, but for fewer points. Alright, so I'm down 70. Maybe XI saving, it's 51. Saves Joey to the Y for next turn. I could also play Boxy, but, whoops. JEIN is not, I think I'd rather keep the O with the J. Like, JI is deceptively difficult to work with. And here I'm probably going to end up playing Jig next turn, which is fine. But I feel like it's also better to take out this spot on the bottom left. Seems like a more useful spot than the Y. So yeah, I think I like XI. Like I said, I saved Joey for next turn. I also have like Jog and other plays as backups if that gets taken. So I think this is a better plan. I'm not going to be down much. I'm only down 19 after this play. So it's certainly not that bad a situation. Yeah, I don't think Jinx is going to play. Yeah, this spot just seems like it's much more likely that the bot's going to use this spot. There's all those E's and O's and I's left. It's pretty easy for the bot to just get a cheap overlap. It's not as easy to get a good play to the Y. So I think if I can use both, I'm better off using this one first because it's the better one for the bot. Okay. Kind of an annoying draw because BP is a difficult combo to work with, and it might be tough for me to get rid of the J along with one of those because Joey is probably still my best play. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not going to want to keep this J, I don't think. And, yeah, I mean, other than Joey, what do I really have? I mean, I have Jog, but that's even worse. Oof. The bot gets stereo and a blank and bingos. That's definitely not good. Blocks both Joey and Jog. I mean, I have Jog here, but Really don't want to keep B, E, and P, especially now that I'm down like 90. I think I probably have to play Jeep through this E. At least I keep the B for buy over here. I can maybe get a bingo in that spot. I mean, I can't keep... I think I got to get rid of the J in one of the other tiles. I need to try to bingo ASAP at this point, given I'm now down by like 90 points. Yeah, I mean, other than Job... I mean, Job here is pretty bad. I think Jeep is probably the play. Scores decent number of points. Creates an S hook. I don't have an S, but at this point, that's the kind of risk I need to take. Like, you know, sometimes when you're down this much, you do need to hope to get lucky and sometimes open hooks or lines that you can't immediately hit. It's just the only way you're going to come back. So I think Jeep is reasonable here. I'm just not really seeing any other options that look palatable. Bounties with an S or bountied with a D. Don't think that's going to happen. Am I down? 66? It's a pretty sizable amount. The bot scores more points with Hornet. Yeah, I was going to play like Born or something there if it stayed open. No such luck. And yeah, my options here are pretty limited, unfortunately. Down 109 points. So, gonna probably need 2 bingos to win. And it's not even going to be that easy to get 1 down at this point. So it's going to be tough, but it's not over yet. What do I want to do to give myself the best chance? Maybe I might actually do this because it sets up the T hook. There's 2 S's and a T left, and I might not even be that likely to hit it on this turn. But it keeps it open in the long run. It could be, I mean, the bot might just sacrifice to block, but it's kind of annoying to block if the bot doesn't have the hook. And it's the type of chance I need to take here, guys. Like, if I just, like, play off bum or do some fish, like, there's just not enough places to bingo. I mean, there's this M column, I guess, right here. But I'm not going to score much there, and then it's going to just give back tons of counterplay, and it's pretty easy for that to get blocked. Like, I need to be a bit more aggressive here, and like I definitely am going to need to get lucky, but I have to, you know, I have to put myself in a position where if I get lucky, I can actually win. Like, there's no point in trying to get lucky unless doing so will actually give you a chance to win. So, yeah, I think I'm going to just do that. There's no SRD for the 8s, no NE for Beauty 09 as a 9. Yeah, I think this is fine. And I pull the Z, which is probably not what I really wanted here, given I'm trying quite hard for a bingo. Yeah, I have anywhere for Zebu, perhaps, or Biz. Definitely want to hold on to that T for joint as much as I can. Bonds keeps IT, which is not great. Buys, I guess. Yeah, buys is a couple more points. And the bot happens to have a nice play over there. Hoff, completely taking out that spot. Yikes. Yeah, this is looking pretty bleak now. I mean, I think I have to get rid of this Z. Unless I fish for, like, Yahtzeit or something from this Y. I guess I could. I could play off, like, BOU. Try to draw Yahtzeit, YAHRZEIT, for, like, 150. I mean, that would be a lot of points. And 10... be 149. What do I need to draw? I need to draw HAR. It's pretty unlikely. I mean, I don't know. I play Umbo going for that. Like, what are the odds I draw that? Like, 1 in several hundred? Yeah, I mean, that seems pretty bleak. Like, I'm probably more likely to win if I just play buys and then bingo and then get a good draw than actually hitting Yahtzeit for 149. And I mean, that might not even win either, because I'm going to not score a lot, depending on what the bot does. It very well might not even win. So yeah, I think probably buys or bonds. I think keeping out together, I think, as opposed to TUI. So I think I'll play buys. Well, I guess I should have kept TUI because I would have had Timarau, Timarau as a bingo, but No way of knowing that, of course, going into the position. And Baez was 4 more points than Bonds as well. Could have also played Zineb through the end, Zineb, but no real reason not to take the points, especially when I'm down this much. So yeah, probably here. I mean, what's my realistic path to victory? Obviously, I'm going to need to bingo at least once. It's going to be pretty tough to bingo twice, I have to imagine, at this point. And how can I possibly win with only 1 bingo? Well, I need to probably hope the bot can't score too much here, then try to score a decent amount on my next turn. Maybe something like... Alright, well, I think that's GG. The bot bingos again, and... yeah, if it were Clabbers, I could play Paramount as a disconnected 9 through this N and this P, but it's not Clabbers. And now we lose, because I'm not making up 156 points at this point in the game. Just, yeah, too much to come back from. Alright, I guess maybe just Auda or something here. Or I could also, I guess I could play Trauma through this U. Scores more. It keeps OU, though. And with all those O's left, I really do want to get rid of that O, I think. Yeah, like Mira is also playable. I think I like Auda. Seems like the best leave. And at this point, like I said, I don't want to spend too much time, because I don't think this game is really winnable here. So let's not belabor this too much. Hopefully I can at least get a bingo down at some point, maybe, and cut some spread, but we'll see. I draw the V, unfortunately. I got the S, which is good. But, I mean, on this board, the S is honestly not even that big an asset, because there really just aren't a lot of S hooks. Randiest, of course, doesn't take an S. It was an interjection. It doesn't take an S, so... yeah, I mean, it's not easy to bingo here. Vampy really just made the bottom right-hand part of the board very difficult to access. And, yeah, now I have to ask myself, how am I getting rid of this V? I just have to play, like, VAT or something. I mean, maybe Vim. Yeah, Vim probably gives me the best bingo percentage. And I like playing fewer tiles, too. I really rather not draw the Q if I can help it. Or I guess maybe I could try to, you know what I could do? I could try to set something up here for myself, given I have the S. I could do something like Rom. Keeps the V, but it sets up the Rom's hook, and there's no P for Romp or anything like that. Yeah, there's no hooks left, so... and then it's not that easy to hook WO, actually, with this pool either. Like, there's the E's, there's one N. It's actually kind of annoying to block. I mean, I'm not going to win, but I could definitely cut some spread if I hit a decent play here. So, yeah, let's try that. It's a promising-looking rack. I don't think there's a bingo, though, unfortunately. Yeah, Vested plus an A. I mean, Vested is still 48 points. So it's probably worth taking. I mean, I guess, yeah, do I play Vested and just cash in, or do I try to bingo? Either way, I don't think I can win. I mean, there is the Q. I guess, what if I try to stick the bot with the Q? I still am not going to win. Like, I'm just not going to score. Even if I bingo for 100 and I catch the bot with the Q, it's just not going to be enough. So, see, the problem is if I play Vested, I also run the risk of drawing the Q more so than if I just play off, like, 1 or 2 tiles. I would just hate to not bingo if I have fish. It feels like a bit of a waste. I'm giving up 40 points immediately, which is quite a lot if I play something like Vi. And it's not actually that easy to bingo, possibly, because, like, even say I draw OR, Roasted, Torsade, neither of those actually fit. Because I have to have the S fairly early in the word, which is much harder to do than later in the word. So yeah, I think I'm just going to cash in with Vested. Hopefully if I draw the Q, I mean, at least I'll have several tiles to counter the stick. So I think let's do that. I didn't draw the Q, alright. There was a U as well, so I was hoping that if I drew the Q, at least I'd also draw the U, perhaps. And the bot will be able to play it with something like Quad or Quid, presumably. Maybe Choir, whatever gives it the best chance to out into. Yeah, probably Choir, saving Rude, or Roke, maybe. So if it plays Choir, it has Rude. Does it have another out? Maybe not. It might just not be able to go out in 2, but we'll see. Oh, I guess maybe it can with Choir. So yeah, like I said, it has Rood, R-O-O-D from this R. Does it have another out? I didn't see it immediately. Road. No road. That's not good. Yeah, I don't think it has another out. So if I can block, I guess I can play Rock, R-O-C. I mean, I'm not going to be able to go out after that either. And the bot will just probably play something like Road and then go out. So is it even worth it to block? It probably is. I mean, it's not like I have any good plays that don't block, so I might as well block. Yeah, is ROC the best, or Race? I mean, Race doesn't really give anything back. I don't have anywhere to play Cog, though. I'm wondering if there's no way I can out into, like, Rage doesn't help me. Reg? Keeping Coca? Or, no, yeah, Rag doesn't save anything. Yeah, I probably can't go out in 2 whether I block his out. Well, if I don't block his out, then I'm not going out in 2 because he's going out. And if I do block his out, I don't think I can go out. So, yeah, maybe Rock and then just play like. He's going to probably play Road blocking this M. It's going to be very annoying to play my second C. I guess I'll just have to play Ace or something. I don't know. It still looks better than Race because then I might actually get C stuck. Yeah, I think probably this is fine. Oh, wow. Look at that. I feel like that's the second time recently that BestBot has saved a really, really difficult to see out, and I missed it. Thankfully, neither time did it actually matter in terms of the outcome of the game, but still, that's pretty cool. Extending Ski to Skidoo. And I was looking in that spot with Road. I just definitely did not think about going across with Ski. Again, I like to think if it actually mattered for the outcome of the game, that I would have seen it, but yeah, so I guess I probably should have played Mach over there to block Skidoo and let it go out with Rude. That's pretty cool. So, alright, not my best endgame, but at that point it was pretty much moot. So let's go through this game, but it was pretty tough going. Yeah, Virid seems like the best of a bad lot of options. Meaty is clearly not a great play. Just puts this I right there, gives back a lot. Imid, yeah, Imid is, like I said, I thought about it for a bit, setting up the T-hook for Timid, but with the E and O hooks on the back, it's just too likely to get used and blocked. Mid-air is another option, but I don't know. Vera just seems better. It scores the most. Yeah, Wafts I thought about, like I said. I guess equity-wise, I mean, Google's engine is saying they're pretty similar. I feel like AIU is worse than negative 7.5 points, though. Google's engine tends to not undervalue enough, or sort of overvalue, I guess, val-heavy leaves. Like, I think it even ranks AEI as positive, which makes no sense early in the game. So I don't really trust that. I feel like Waif is definitely better on equity, and it worked out pretty well for me, all things considered. I hit a bingo next turn. I just couldn't really stomach this leave, and the S is a nice tile with the ski hook. And like I said, I mean, I wasn't too worried about the comebackers in the corner. So bot plays Ooh. Instead of feeling for 10 more, yeah, I could see that. I mean, the W is pretty weak, and LING is obviously a solid leave with that ING suffix, and also there's possibilities to get, as we saw, like an INGLY bingo to this Y in Vampy. It didn't get a INGLY bingo to that Y in Vampy, but it got a different INGLY bingo of Urgingly for 86. Yeah, here, I saw Boxy, Joey. I didn't consider Nixie, but I don't think that has a ton of merit. The X is definitely a better tile than the J, so it would be kind of nice to get rid of the J, but like I said, after Joey, the bot is pretty likely to play on the bottom left, and then my X doesn't have the brightest future on this board. Like, I'm probably going to have to play Mix or something like that. There's just not a lot of great X spots, and I figured after XI, Joey's going to stay open fairly often. And I do take out this spot. Of course, little did I know that the BestBot had just drawn many, many bingos. But yeah, I mean, the bot would have played Forested or something on the bottom. If it didn't even have a triple-triple, which ofteners isn't good. I don't think it did, but in any case, yeah, now things are starting to get pretty bleak. Jeep looks like the best play. I mean, yeah, I can't keep JB on my rack. Yeah, no. This seems like it's got to be the play. Then the bot just keeps scoring. Oh, that's a cool play I didn't see. Bijou through the J-O. It's funny because I had seen it in a previous turn. I was close to Bijou with the X even. B-I-J-O-U-X in another spot. This is probably better just because it's so much better on equity, right? I mean, it scores more and it keeps E-N-O-T, which is such a better leave than Beauty-O, what I kept here. The problem is, of course, I'm still going to be down like 90 points plus whatever the bot scores, and I'm really lacking places to bingo. So it's not like I'm in good shape after that, and join does force the issue a little bit more. I mean, wow, the bot had the... I think either way, it's safe to say I was sunk. Like, if I had played Bijou, the bot would have just bingoed with probably Antifas in one of these places, or maybe Fantasia. The bot probably smartly chose to forgo the bingo here, saving the blank and the S together, scoring 35 points, and very nicely blocking the spot I just opened. Oh, I missed Zombie. Yeah, I mean, I think at this point it's, well, especially given that the bot is INS blank, which I don't know, I'm quite sunk. But yeah, that's a miss. That's clearly a better play. Definitely not the first time I've missed that word either. A little bit tricky to see without the E. But yeah, this is better, right, because it's 2 more points and it keeps the E instead of the O, so... better leave, better play, but yeah, I think I was pretty sunk here. At this point, there's really just not much else to be done. I'm down 150. There's nowhere to bingo. I like my play I made here. I think I saved a little spread with it, and then I feel like I might as well just capitalize at this point. Like I said, if I fish for a bingo, there's no guarantee I'm going to hit the bingo, and I'm giving up 40 points immediately to do. So the one drawback to my play is it does increase my chances of drawing the Q, which interestingly the bot had here. Didn't want to just play QI, huh? Why not just play QI? I mean, Un-B isn't going anywhere. It's not even that great a play. Yeah, I'm not sure why the bot didn't just play QI. I mean, it seems like a more straightforward play to me. You could even hit, like, Inbreed as a counter bingo depending on what I play. Or something like that. I don't know. It's kind of a weird decision by the bot if you ask me, but it may know something I don't. Either way, it's hard to imagine the bot losing. And then, yeah, Choir saving this sick outplay of Skidoo from the ski for 24 points. Just amazing stuff by the bot in the end game. And, yeah, once again, the game ends 501 to 357. So a pretty rough loss. Not my cleanest game in terms of my playing. I mean, most of my mistakes, though, were kind of at the point, I think, where the game was more or less decided. Like the join and the buys turns were both not great, but before that, I think I played pretty solidly. Waif is questionable, I guess, instead of Wafts, but yeah, overall, I'm not super unhappy with how I played this game. Just definitely, God, I didn't even draw that badly, honestly. The bot just drew really well and kept hammering me with all these bingos. So yeah, so it goes. Not a loss I'm going to rue too much, and yeah, we now fall to 16 and 21, but lots of games left, and hopefully things will go a little bit better in game number 38. So that's it for this one, guys. Thanks as always for watching. Appreciate all the feedback and comments and support as usual, and I will see you soon for number 38. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. With the holiday season coming up, I wanted to remind you that I do offer Scrabble lessons, and they can make a really fun gift if you have a family member or friend who loves Scrabble and might be interested in learning about tournaments or just having a fun experience while getting a few tips on taking their game to the next level. If you might be interested, then click the image right here, which will take you to the lessons page of my website, which also has some additional information and reviews from past players who I've given lessons. If you might be interested or have any further questions, feel free to contact me on my website or on my email, both of which I'll post in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys.